What's up? What's happening with it? You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. There you go talking that boxing again. Yeah, it was good. John Kramer off in the building. Valentine off in the building. What's good with y'all? And y'all know what to do. When you come in the building, make sure you punch on that like button and jump in the comment section. Let me know you in the building. Yeah, we're going to get my man Money Brown off in the building. And we're going to get into it real soon. Yeah. D Hodges off in the building. Chris Mitchell, what's happening with it, fam? Cassandra Mason, what's going on with it, Queen? Yeah, like I said, when y'all come in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button. Kevin off in the building. What's good with it? Oh, yeah. They go, don't it, Cassandra? Appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, we're going to get the show started real soon. Just wait for, see if they send these notifications out. And we're going to get to cooking. Malachi Walker off in the building. My man Sal Hamilton off in the building. What's good with it? Yeah. Big step of Money Brown. What's happening with it? Off in the building.
TT, what's going down, big bro? What's going down? How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. I ain't got too much sleep, but you know how that is.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir, man. How you feeling today?
I can't complain, bro. You feel me? Woke my black ass up. So that's
Yeah, man. So, man, Want to get I'm gonna go ahead and tap into it, man. Get into it. Before we get into the show, man, I want to let y'all know, if y'all you've been watching me and Money, man. Uh, One of our good people, man. Drew McIntyre. That's Bo Mac's son. He passed in his sleep. He passed in his sleep. Just the other day, man. And I want to give my condolences to, Bomac, and Drew and his whole entire family. Drew is gonna be missed a whole lot, man. Drew was a real one, Money. Every time he would come in, he will always have a lot of positive things to say. Before we even get into our debates and everything, he will always say these things. He will always say, what's up, fellas? Before we get started, we all blessed just as long as we, was able to wake up and take care of our family. He always was positive, always positive and upbeat. And one thing about Drew is he was gonna ride for his family. He was gonna ride for his, man, and that's why we fucked with Drew so heavy, man, and respected everything about him, man. Yeah, man, and he took care of his daughters. Always showing pictures of his daughters, and a lot of the times, when he would be on, he'd be like, I got time. My daughter's in school right now. They doing the online school, so we got time today. So and really, it's hard felt, and I really, feel for them girls, because I have daughters myself. I got kids myself, and that's the worst thing in the world for a child to have to grow up, without their parents. And so, I anything that I could do to, help out, I'm willing to do it. And we Drew Mac gonna be missed, man. Drew McIntyre gonna be missed, man. Uh, Anything you want to add on that, Money?
Yeah, man. Just want to send my condolences to the entire McIntyre family and to the entire Crawford family, man. Because like he said, Drew go ride for the home team. He go ride for the home team regardless if you want to hear it or not, And we used to whoop Drew ass, but he coming back tomorrow. You better believe it. You feel me? He coming back. But man, that was just it's a hard pill to swallow still, bro. It's like we lost a brother, dog. It's like we really lost a brother. In the time that I met him, to when he hit me up, send me his number. I'm talking about just the conversations behind the scene, bro. Just behind the scene conversations, just you know what I mean, just real dog, and like it's still a little shocking, bro. You feel me? It's still a little shocking. You weren't expecting that. You feel me? You weren't expecting, and it's like you say, Key, every time he come in, he greeting you, dog. He greeting you. He making sure you're all right. He's setting the mood, and I always tell him, okay, Drew, you can try to be nice right now, but we still finna whoop your ass, but. Man, it's just just even on the show when he pop in, everybody know. You feel me? So, man, like you say, man, Drew gonna be missed, man, and like man, the kids. That's who it's gonna hit the most. The kids, Brian McIntyre, the them little girls, man. Like you say, growing up every day, saying they pops, knowing he was a good ass pops, and just not to hear his voice or them seeing him come through that door or picking them up or whatever he used to do to strengthen their bond, bro. Just not to have that no more, bro. It is. It's gonna be heartbreaking. It's gonna be heartbreaking. Like we all seen it. We all see kids that lose their parents. We all see how they react. You know what I mean? It's sad, bro. It's just a sad moment. It's a sad moment, bro. But as much love to Drew, dog. We gonna continue to rep you, bro. You feel me? We'll continue to hold you down, man. And like we say, man, much respect and our condolences to the family, bro, to the entire family, the McIntyre family, the Crawford family. They lost the real one. And I know they go feel it. I know they go feel it, man. You feel me? But they go do what they got to do to represent him in the right way. And I'm quite sure they go send him home, the right way, man. But just heartbreaking, bro. Just heartbreaking to hear something like that.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, so we gonna go ahead and move into it, man. Before we get into it, Money. Man, I know you had a hard weekend, man. No, you had a hard weekend.
Man, I was just talking to my homeboy about it before you woke me up. He sent a little message. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to talk about it, man. I'm thinking about next year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, them Rams, man. Them Rams, man.
Man, we had our chance though, man. We had our chance.
The Saints folded up, man. I thought the Saints was gonna do something, dog.
I thought they was too. I ain't gonna lie.
Drew Brees threw that game away.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is the reason why the Saints lost that game. All them interceptions he threw. Every time they had a chance to, come back or even, put the game out of reach. Here he come throwing another motherfucking interception, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look, they two their ass, but this is what I said, Key.
Hold on. Kyron Johnson. I don't know really what's going on with Facebook, but go over and subscribe to the channel, Everything Boxing and Sports on YouTube, and then just comment on the in the YouTube. Comment in the YouTube, my man.
Right. I said they threw their ass up in the season though, but I said it in my head, Key. I swear, bro. I said, man, he finna knock their ass out in the. I say he lost to these motherfuckers twice in the season just to knock their ass off in the playoffs. I say, watch it happen. But I thought Drew was gonna put it down, man. But yeah, his ass threw all the motherfucking interception, dog. Can't do nothing but blame himself, and they go start looking at his ass at the end of this season, just like they need to start looking at Jared Goff ass and putting another real quarterback in there and give his ass some competition.
Drew Brees, his ass is done.
Yeah, he's done.
And like I said, I just thought they was gonna beat the Bucs, but good for his motherfucking ass, because I still ain't forgot that shit that he said and did. You know what I'm saying? They try to make you forget. I ain't forgot.
Yeah.
He said I did. He said I was on YouTube. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. Try commenting again on YouTube, and I'll if we and I'll let you know for sure if it come up.
Rodgers will grease the ass though.
Oh yeah, man. Rodgers is looking good, dog. The Green Bay is looking. Rodgers, man, he playing like he did back in, back in the day.
Yeah, Super Bowl Rodgers. I'm gonna say this,
Rodgers is looking good, dog.
My damn defense, bro. Aaron Donald won 100, man, but that ain't no excuse because Ty Hill got stuck in the mud, right? He let Lazard get all the way behind him, bro. He just looking like, bro, how do you get stuck in the mud like that? You just let this man run right past you, knowing this is your assignment, bro. He just all the way 50 yards downfield. This man throw a 54-yard touchdown. I say, man, but then when Rodgers fumbled that ball, when the running back fumbled, they nailed him, bro. They nailed his ass. So he fumbled that ball. Aaron Rodgers was in the right spot, man. I say, man, it's meant for them dudes to win this game, man. It's meant for it, though. We coming back strong next year.
Kyron Johnson said he took it back. He had a Breonna Taylor shirt on too. Yeah, if you talking about Drew Brees, he took it back because you know what I'm saying, because everybody was on his helmet. He did that shit more by force, not by choice. You feel me? Because like I said, he said those same things and had the same feelings way back in 2016 when the Colin Kaepernick stuff first popped off. Ain't shit had changed.
I'm gonna say this, okay? Let me say this. With him, he when he came out and said, he had to really look into it and really sit down and understand the situation. I gotta give him some type of credit because you gotta think about it. He's still think about the other side that changed on his ass too. But at least he's standing on what he said now. But like you say, if you feel that way about him, I ain't knocking nobody because I felt a certain way because I read it and shit and I heard him say it. I'm like, oh, Drew Brees, I know this ain't true. But he did come back and say, I was, blind to the situation. I really sat down. I really looked into it. And, he turned on their ass. And that side, they attacked him. He lost a little something on their end. You feel me? So, he in the middle, but I do forgive him. Just me, I forgive him for what he said. But, you still watch him. Because, I always liked the Drew Brees. I thought he was always the type of person that he was now that he taken up. You know what I mean? But I always thought he was that kind of person. But when he said that shit, I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, not Brees, man. But, he took his lickers on this side, but then he took a bigger licking on that side. But at the same time, I can't knock you if you're saying, shit, I don't forget that motherfucker. I can't knock you, but I do forgive him.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't believe that shit, dog. I always felt the same way about Drew Brees too. I thought he was, I always liked the Drew Brees. to that shit. But I don't believe it because for the simple fact, this is my opinion. When when you get a whole bunch of heat and then you come out and change your stance, we see these guys do that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? When they get a whole bunch of heat, then they'll come out and change their stance. But hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what was going on. Like I said, he had made that same statement in 2016. That's true. Did. So you had over 4 years, right? You had over 4 years to look into the situation, and you had 4 years to change your statement. Why he didn't change his statement when he said this shit in 2016? Why? Because everybody ignored it. You know what I'm saying? 2016, remember, everybody was on Colin Kaepernick head. Everybody was fucking top-notch patriots, and so now when all this stuff was happening, it was the right time to change your statement because the movement that they was trying to push. I don't believe that shit, dog. Like I said, if you was gonna have a change of heart, you had over 4 years to look into it, and then go back on your statement. You didn't do it until they really put pressure on your head, and that's just what it is. That's how I looked at it.
Right. Hey, Keith, look at Mike Ryan. He's talking about, I have no sympathy for Drew Brees when they came up with that bounty gate and caused my Vikings a chance to win our first ring. Brett Favre caused your Vikings a chance to win that first ring by throwing that dumbass ball and throwing that interception. They could have ran the ball. They was right in field goal range. Remember that key with the Vikings and the Saints? They could have ran the ball, bro. And all they had to do was kick the field goal. They was already in field goal range, get extra yards. Brett Favre tried to throw the damn ball and got the pick. That was on Brett Favre and your team, bro. Y'all had Adrian Peterson in the backfield, bro. All you had to do was run the ball, get an extra 5-4 yards, seal a damn game. They want to try to throw the ball.
Right.
I understand with that bounty gate shit, though. But that was on your team, and that was on Brett Favre, motherfucking ass. It was having a hell of a year. Let me not forget.
Yes, sir. And y'all hit the like button. We gonna get into it, money. Let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, man. So Gary Russell. Let's talk about Gary Russell, man, for a minute. And I wish we had Batman on here because he might could give more insight to this, right? But Gary Russell. So I'm watching the Boxing Voice, and they get to cooking on Gary Russell, right? And they saying that Gary Russell, right? They might that the WBC might mandate, right? Gary Russell against Ray Vargas. So I guess Ray Vargas, he was the WBC champ, right? At 122, right?
Yep.
122. He was a WBC champion at 122. Ray Vargas is he gonna move up to 126, right? And he wants a title shot. So when you're the champion at the weight class below, and when you move up, you automatically, usually you automatically get that title shot, right? If you're moving up, if you want it, right? So they saying that Ray Vargas want to smoke with Gary Russell. Now, my thing is, do I really believe that? Do I really believe that if they do make mandate the Ray Vargas and Gary Russell fight, will Ray Vargas move up from 122 and take that smoke? Because we know the thing with Gary Russell has been that none of these guys want to fight Gary Russell Jr., right? So it's like I ask myself, do I really believe that? Do I really believe that he will go for it, right? If they do mandate it and take a title shot, right, with Gary Russell Jr. And I find that real hard to believe. I find it real hard to believe that Ray Vargas is gonna step up and to a whole different weight class and fight Gary Russell Jr. Now Ray Vargas ain't no punk. He 34-0, I believe. I think he's 34-0. He's still undefeated. John Toby Sharp said he called him Roy Vargas. Did he get caught?
Yeah, he got popped. Right.
He did. He got popped. I didn't know that. I wouldn't. Well, so enlighten me in on that a little bit, money.
Shit, I got to go back and look for it myself, though. But I remember when he got popped, though. I remember he got popped.
John Toby, when did he get popped?
I think he was on that clenbuterol shit. You feel me?
Oh, see, I didn't know about that. I'm gonna have to go look into that. See, I didn't know about
when they came down on all them fighters, that clenbuterol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ray Vargas was one of them fighters. You remember that though? Remember they come down on all the fighters about that clenbuterol?
Yeah, right. I remember that.
I think Ray Vargas was one of them fighters.
Oh, he said 2016 through 18.
Yeah.
Wow. But clenbuterol, motherfucking whatever, horse fucking hormones, whatever you got in his system, he ain't fucking with Gary Russell. He can take whatever he wants to. He ain't fucking with Gary Russell. But it's funny y'all say that about Ray Vargas because he do be coming in the ring with all that acne and shit on his back and face. You know what I'm saying? He is one of them dudes that got all that back acne and face acne. But yeah, I don't think that he wants to smoke. You dig what I'm saying? And then also they also was talking about Josh Warrington, right? They saying if Josh Warrington fight, he has a fight he's supposed to fight. I forgot who he's supposed to fight, but they saying if his fight don't fall through, then he's talking about fighting Gary Russell Jr. for that WBC title, right? And that, I believe, if the Josh Warrington and Gary Russell fight, that'll be a title unification, right? Yeah, that'll be a title unification bout, right? Yeah. So, do I believe that Josh Warrington want that smoke? Now, I would more so believe Josh Warrington will fight Gary Russell more than Ray Vargas because, come on now, man, you telling me that this motherfucker on clenbuterol, whatever the fuck he on, right, is gonna be willing to move up from 122 to 126 and fight Gary Russell right off the rip? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. As far as Josh Warrington, he could have been fought Gary Russell. You feel what I'm saying? Gary Russell been called Josh Warrington now. So why now? Do I believe it? I don't believe Josh Warrington want that smoke either, but I believe Josh Warrington will fight him before Ray Vargas will. But that's a hell of a fight, money. Josh Warrington versus Gary Russell. I know Gary Russell getting his ass. But at the same time, that's a fight that I would love to see. That's smoke. That's smoke, you know, because a lot of these dudes, all of these dudes, they've been running from the smoke when Gary Russell name come up. But that's a hell of a fight. If Gary Russell go in there, and I truly believe Gary Russell go in there and whoop Josh Warrington. But that probably, right? That'll probably be the biggest name on the most credible biggest name on Gary Russell's resume, besides Vasil Lomachenko. But you know, a W though, a W. You know, that I think Jojo Diaz, but you know, Josh Warrington is more accomplished than Jojo Diaz, I would say. But what you think about that, man? You think these dudes really want to smoke? And then what do you think about Vargas fight with Gary Russell and Josh Warrington fight with Gary Russell? And y'all hit the like button.
I like both fights, right? I like both fights. But I do like Josh Warrington better because for the simple fact, like you said, it's unification bout right away. You know, Ray Vargas coming up, he probably could have been came up to 126, but him coming up, I don't know if he want to come straight up to Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he want to come straight up to a Gary Russell fight without getting a fight at 126 first. But then again, you never know. He probably do got the balls to jumping up with Gary Russell right away and try to fight for a world title. But the Josh Warrington fight, you know, Shakur was trying to get Josh Warrington. He didn't want to fight him, but now, you know, Gary trying to get him. And I don't know if his ass go fight Gary, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It depends on what they want to do over there in the UK. They fear that superior black boxing style for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he afraid to fight him. I'm just gonna say he ain't one under Shakur Stevenson. Now he look like he ain't one under Gary Russell Jr. And I think Gary never been trying to make this fight happen because they saying, you know, Warrington is still avoiding. This is not me. This is what they saying. What I read and shit. You know, he still don't want the smoke. I mean, so with Frank Warren over there, they try to keep him over there, man, trying to, you know, padding his record with the damn scrap and shit, trying to keep him away from the real competition right now. But Josh Warrington fight make a lot of fucking sense, bro. It make a whole lot of sense. You feel me? Both of them got titles. Both of them are world champions. Both of them got something to lose. Go make a good payday. You know what I mean? Very competitive. You got the Matador versus the Bull, but we know Gary can crack. You feel me? So this is a Matador that can bite your motherfucking ass. It ain't just a Matador that's gonna move around the ring. And Gary can stand right there and bang it out with your ass. And Josh Warrington have a hell of a style. He have a hell of a style to where he come forward. He want to bang. You feel me? If you can try to get Gary Russell into your style of fight, you never know what can happen. But I do got Gary icing his ass. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? But Josh Warrington made me respect him. He made me respect him because I picked against him twice. I didn't think he was gonna beat Lee Selby, and I didn't think he was gonna beat Corey Frampton. You feel me? So when he beat those two dudes, I'm like, damn. Especially when he beat Corey Frampton, he damn sure made me respect him. And then I thought he was gonna fight Shakur too. Well, I really put respect on his name because they was talking about making that shit happen. Even he said some little shit about Shakur. So at the end of the day, bro, I feel like it's a hell of a fight. I feel like it's the fight that he need right now, right? It's the fight that he need because over there in the UK, who y'all gonna put him against? A motherfucker that ain't really got a name? You know what I mean? Corey Frampton was the biggest name over there. He took him out. So now let's see what y'all do. And what you had said about, you said something about JoJo?
No, well, what I said, if I feel that if not Shakur, a fucking Gary Russell Jr. fight, right, versus Josh Warrington, I feel that will be Gary Russell's most credible, probably toughest fight besides Lomachenko, right? At least on paper, because I said that. I like the JoJo Diaz. That was the JoJo Diaz. That fight was a motherfucker. But the thing is I see Josh Warrington. He's more accomplished than JoJo Diaz. Because Josh Warrington, he been a champion for a while. He got a pretty good resume.
You got to defend. JoJo defended his title too, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I think I think he's about to come up. Yeah, but JoJo was a 2012 Olympian, but I think you could say that because he got the better opponents.
Better opponents. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I say.
And then he got a whole, the UK. He got a whole country over there in the UK.
Yeah, so I will agree with that. I will agree. I think Josh Warrington will be the best opponent on his resume. I think he is. I ain't gonna say just more accomplished than JoJo, but he do got a step on his ass because Lee Selby and Corey Frampton on some names, and JoJo got Tevin Foreman. You know what I mean? So they he got he a little ahead of JoJo, but like you say, that country helped him out, and Lee's ride for him, bro. Lee's ride for Josh Warrington. That's the country from Leeds. They dangerous over there. My dude Cheddar, he hit me to the game was going on over there in the UK. He say Leeds is when you go out, Key, and he say if you go watch Josh Warrington fight in Leeds, he say leave your girlfriend at home. He say leave your girlfriend at home because you never know what's gonna happen. He said if you lose, you never know what's gonna happen. And he showed me some shit, man.
He go down like that out there, right?
Yeah, he go down like that, bro. Yeah, he showed me some shit about the soccer games and shit. I'm looking at that shit. I say, man, them motherfuckers crazy out there, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Josh Warrington is a hell of a fight for Gary Russell, man. There will be.
Ain't no punk, dog. He could go.
Man,
I think Gary Russell fuck his ass up,
Yeah, he made me respect him, though. Huh? Yeah, he made me respect him. Josh Warrington made me respect him, bro. So I got to give that man his credit. But like I say, with that Shakur Stevenson fight and now with this Gary Russell fight, they stalling. And we know why they stalling. We know why they stalling, bro. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying the man is afraid to fight, but he know these boys are dangerous. Them boys ain't no joke. Them boys ain't no joke with them superior boxing skills. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he will get it. He will have success. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think Gary iced his ass. But I do think Ray Vargas will fight Gary Russell. I don't think he's going to fight him, move right up and fight him. I don't think he's just going to jump up. Oh, my first fight is for the WBC scrap against Gary Russell. I don't think he's going to just jump right up and jump his ass in that ring. And you know what I'm saying? But then again, like you say, with the age and how things going, maybe he feel like he can go up there and compete. So we'll just see. I'm not pissed off right now.
That's why I was saying I didn't see him jumping straight into that smoke. But if he do, You know what I'm saying? Clenbuterol, whatever the fuck he on, cause I gotta go look into that story, so I can't, But like I said, if he do, you still gotta respect it, cause all these other dudes, I'm pretty sure a lot of them on some shit too, but they still won't get in the ring with Gary Russell.
Yeah, for real, dog. And that's why I say I know it's around that time though when all that Clenbuterol shit. I can't really, I have to look it up and tell you though, but I know Ray Vargas was on the list with that Clenbuterol shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the
it
chat.
Don't surprise me. He looked like this. You know what I'm saying? It don't surprise. I mean, come on, dog. The dude is, and I explained what clenbuterol does. I've explained it several times, right? But if you look at Ray Vargas, right, it'll only make sense that he was on clenbuterol because the dude is like 5'11", fighting at 122 pounds.
Yeah.
You think that's easy for him to make? I know he's skinny as hell, but do you think it's easy for him to make 122 at 5'11"?
Nope.
Like that's what we not even 5'11", any 122 pounds. This dude is a fucking broomstick. That's you know what I'm saying, for real. So yeah, clenbuterol, hey, that it makes sense. It makes sense because it helps you lose weight, right? It helps you lose weight, right? Without losing that muscle mass. I mean, I don't know how much muscle mass this motherfucker can have at 5'11", 122 pounds, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. We'll see, man. We'll see because somebody that's top notch, that top level, they need to step up and fight Gary Russell. I heard rumors Gary Russell was fighting. What's the dude that they rumoring him to fight next? He's pretty good too. Damn, I can't think of his name. Concession.
So they try to get who to fight next?
Yeah, Gary Russell's supposed to fight. It was some news came out. He's supposed to fight Concepcion. Damn, I can't think of his name. I'll come back to it later. LA Music Sound California says clenbuterol is used as a bronchulator for horses and non-lactating cattle. He says the recommended treatment schedule is 0.8 milligrams kilograms twice daily. Yeah, but see, they also gave clenbuterol, right, to kids and people that had asthma real bad.
Yeah, if it's an asthma,
asthma real bad to help them breathe. So clenbuterol, it does a lot of things, but one of the things that they found out it does that, if a lot of bodybuilders, because I was reading about it, right? Because like I said, I got some after that Canelo shit. I'm like, damn, I had got some clenbuterol. They like little pills, but I never took them. I actually ended up, giving them to my partner or whatever, to two of my partners. They was taking them. And my partner said that when he was working out, it was making him sweat, like he was just sweating profusely because he was burning off all that fat. So what they found out that it does also, it helps you work out better, because your breathing opens, it helps you breathe a lot better, but it burns fat, right? When you're working out, it burns the fat, right? It don't make you stronger and shit like that. It just burns all that fat in it without burning muscle, right? Because once you do a whole bunch of cardio and stuff, you start slimming down, then you start losing muscle. Well, that lets you maintain the muscle, right? And just burn that fat off. So that's what they do, But I was reading about it, Money, and back in the 80s and in mid 90s and stuff, until they banned it, wrestlers used to take that, like WWE, NWA, WCW, the professional wrestlers. They said that everybody, all of them, was taking clenbuterol. Like that shit was like vitamins to them. They was all popping clenbuterol, huh?
I said right.
Yeah. So that's that. They was taking clenbuterol real heavy. John Toby says later rounds watch they are like the first round on clenbuterol. He says in the later rounds they like the first round on in clenbuterol. Yeah, I mean I would think because they help you breathe, right? But the thing with that is so basically that's like how Manny Pacquiao was, right? When Manny Pacquiao was on that EPO, right? That's what Manny Pacquiao was on. You know what I'm saying? People was trying to. Manny Pacquiao wasn't on no steroids or nothing. He was on EPO. EPO is the same shit that Lance Armstrong, the bicyclist that won all those Tour de France's. That's what he was on. See, and that's why Manny Pacquiao didn't want to take that blood test, because when Floyd Mayweather and Roger Mayweather and the whole Floyd Mayweather team was they came out right way back then. They was like, we know what he on. He on EPO. That's why he don't want to take blood tests. And nobody really knew what that was back then. But see, EPO, you only could find it in the bloodstream. So Manny Pacquiao could take all the piss tests that he wanted to, right? But they couldn't find it in piss. You can only find it in the bloodstream, right? Makes sense, right? Because that's why he was so against taking blood tests. Right, that's why Manny Pacquiao didn't want to take the blood test, because he was on EPO, and once you do the blood test, and then you can find it out. That's how Lance Armstrong got away with that shit for so many years with the Tour de France. He win like 9 Tour de France's in a row.
Hell yeah,
right. And he was taking that shit, right? And it was in his bloodstream. See, but they was piss testing him, and they couldn't find it for years. They couldn't find it for years, man. And that's what Manny Pacquiao was on. You feel me? That's what he was on. And so if you looked at Manny Pacquiao's fights back then, right? If you looked at his fights back then, right? Watch Manny Pacquiao's fights. Manny Pacquiao would fight in the first round. When the later rounds came, he never slowed down back then. He never slowed down. He looked like the same fighter in the first round that he did in the 12th round. That's why he was able to throw so many punches and move and move and move. He never slowed down. That EPO. That's why Lance Armstrong was able to win all of those Tour de France's. You know, when the other bicyclist was getting tired, he was still going on full speed.
Right.
You know, that's the EPO is I think they give horses that shit. That's another that's another supplement that they give those thoroughbred horses. You know what I'm saying? So and like I said, Manny Pacquiao never got caught on it, but you gotta understand, right? You gotta understand when they was testing Manny Pacquiao, when he would get tested, right? It was only piss tested. It wasn't blood tested, right? When Manny Pacquiao finally, years later, when he started agreeing to blood testing, right? When he started doing blood testing, Manny Pacquiao didn't fight the same. Yeah, he was older, but as soon as he started agreeing to blood testing, he never fought the same. He didn't. Right? He didn't fight the same no more. And that's a fact. So I mean, why are you not willing, right? You want you want to turn all this money down with Floyd Mayweather, right? All this money. Back then, I think Floyd said all he got to do is submit to a blood test, right? I want blood testing in all of my fights now. All he got to do is submit to blood testing, right? I will pay him 40 mil up front out of my own pocket. Remember that money? Am I lying?
Yeah.
He said they paid him, huh?
Yep, save a worm 20. It didn't give him the other 20.
Yeah, out of his own pocket, he said it. Manny Pacquiao had made at that point in time, Manny Pacquiao had made nowhere near that. Matter of fact, he never made no more near 40 racks until he fought Mayweather years and years later. So why would you take you know what I'm saying? If somebody accusing you, if somebody told me right now, hey, we think you got heroin in your system, we'll pay you, right? We'll pay you right now to take this test. You know how fast I'm gonna jump up and take that test?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like and people will still defend that shit. But moving along, man. I know we got kind of sidetracked, But moving along, I'm going to talk about Shakur Stevenson, man. Shakur Stevenson, and y'all hit my like button. Y'all hit the like button, man, before we start cooking. See, LA Music Sound, California says, I'll take that test for $10 in the heartbeat. Let's all win with Joe says, he says the human body has a limit. Once you do steroids, it becomes limitless. But steroids is addicting. You know what I'm saying? I heard it. I know cats is addicted to steroids, right? And it's addictive because once they get on that shit, right, and they see how strong they are, and then they start blowing up, as soon as they get off of that shit, they shrink down fast. Dog. I know a cat, man. It's an older cat too. He older. He like in his 50s, right? But he been taking steroids for so long, and he didn't have heart surgery. They didn't put the little stent in his heart in his heart. He didn't have all type of complications from taking steroids, right? And he cannot stop taking steroids because when he gets so he look like an old out of shape dude when he not on steroids. But as soon as he get on them steroids, I see him in the gym, right? I see him in the gym, and I know when he ain't on steroids, when he going through all them complications, and they tell him like, you cannot take steroids no more. You gotta get off the steroids, right? And you know, a couple weeks later, dog, he'll come to the gym, and now I look at him and I be like, yeah, you ain't on them steroids no more, huh? He be like, yeah, man, the doctor told me such and such, man. I gotta try to do it without him, right? Then I won't see him for a while. See him, dude be looking like motherfucking Lou Ferrigno, and I'll be like, dog. You and I smile and he'll smile. He be like, yeah, Key, you know. He was like, man, you know, I had to get back on it. You know, I had to get back to it. He keep it real though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I had to get back to it, but the it's night and day, dog. Like it's night and day. And you know, as soon as you see him, like, yeah, he on that shit again. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what they do as the bodybuilder. They do that shit.
He ain't even a bodybuilder. He just, you know, like he be in the gym all the time working out. But a lot of them dudes, you know, they got that they just need to be on something. You know what I'm saying? They just need to be on something. And what it is somebody that got them take the shit, and they get addicted because once you get off of it, you look like a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? You look like a whole different person. You know, shit crazy, man. Fuck that. I you know what I'm saying? I want my life. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I ain't never thought about taking steroids. Like, damn, if I got on some motherfucking steroids, I'll be a monster. But then I'm like, man, I'm too scared to take that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my heart blowing up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my heart blowing up on me. I'm straight. It ain't worth it.
Right. Fuck that shit.
LA Music Sound, California said it is so night and day for sure. Yeah, it is. Smooth Groove Boxing said shit gonna bust one of them damn food hearts in the ring one of these times. Yeah, man, look at all them wrestlers that be dying. Look at all them professional wrestlers, money that die so easy
from that shit. Yeah, and fucking the brain up too.
John, if I was gonna do that, I would have did that when I was young. Shit, I ain't shit. Like I said, I'm too scared to. I'm too scared to take anything, pills, steroids, all that shit, man. I'm cool on all of that. I'm already naturally strong. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that shit. For real.
Yeah.
If I did that shit, I might I get on steroids, you know what I'm saying? They say that shit make your temper go through the roof. I might get on steroids and debate Money Brown and throw my motherfucking computer across the room.
For real. And that shit play suicidal thoughts in my brain. That's why they be committing suicide and killing their wives.
Like, damn, this motherfucker, what happened to the live stream? What happened? This motherfucker that went ham.
Then end up calling my phone. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I broke the computer, motherfucker. But you know you wrong. You know you wrong. You talking all that shit. If people don't even they believe you on the bullshit. I keep calling them motherfucker down. But what the fucking got into you?
Man, blowing it. Yeah, you know how the motherfucking Hot Hogan used to.
Yeah.
Well, you know something, brother? Me and Gene, Like, what is you blowing for, dog?
His
Motherfucker. You know,
steroids taking
Ultimate Warrior used to be on that shit.
Or Ultimate Warrior come out real. No, he just hit that.
Hey, dude, be tripping. Like, man, what is you doing, dog?
That was my favorite wrestler too, the Ultimate Warrior and Shawn Michaels.
Hey, they be hyped up on them steroids, dog, about the bus.
Look at Cassandra. She hit it before she said it. She told that's why the Ultimate Warrior used to be running around.
Yeah, he used to be running to the ring, dog. And he used to be doing that 40-yard dash to the ring. Gone. Hey, and was able to wrestle the whole match, do all that shit, and not be tired.
And I'll be tired, bro.
And not be tired. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? But like steroids and all that shit, man, it's too good to be true. Because if it didn't fuck you up, I'm pretty sure everybody be on that shit. You feel me? Oh yeah, Randy Savage, man, he was on steroids so bad, especially like in the late 90s. In the late 90s, he was on roids so bad, man. He and Rick Rude, all of them dudes, man. That's why they all died early. You see, if you ever watch professional wrestling, right, and then think about taking steroids, all you got to do is look at all of them professional wrestlers, and they all died of the same shit. They'd be like, if you go look at the cause of death, right, it's all the same thing. All of them. All the same thing, all at an early age. You know what I'm saying? Ultimate Warrior, you should do the 40-yard dash to the ring slow as hell. He used to do the 40-yard dash slow as hell. Yeah, he did, because shit, he was bigger than motherfucker. He was stiff as hell. Yeah, man. So let's get into Shakur Stevenson, dog. Shakur, right? Shakur Stevenson, he is, you know, he taking legal action, right? He taking legal action against Jermell Herring, right? Well, with Top Rank, not against Jermell Herring, but he taking legal action against, you know, Top Rank, because see, this is what happened, right? We know that Shakur Stevenson, right? He was waiting for his shot. What belt is that Herring got, right? What is it? The WBO. He was waiting for his shot at the WBO title, right? So the thing is Harrington, he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight. God damn, man, I'm losing all my train of thought. My man, Frampton. He wanted to fight Carl Frampton, right? So a lot of people think that Harrington and Frampton is a mandatory fight. It's not, right? Harrington, right, wanted to make a voluntary defense against Carl Frampton. So this is a fight that don't have to take place. This is a voluntary defense, right? So Shakur was like, okay, bet. I'll let you, because Shakur is the mandatory for that WBO title that Harrington has, right? So Shakur, he like, okay, I'll let you go ahead and fight Frampton, right? And then I'll just fight the winner of Carl Frampton and Jermell Herring. I'll step aside. He agreed, right? Because you know that was Bob Arum's doing. Bob Arum wanted to fight with Carl Frampton and Harrington, right? So Bob Arum talked Shakur Stevenson into stepping aside so they could make that fight happen, right? Shakur agreed that he would step aside with under these conditions, that he gets the winner, right? Right off the rip, he wants the winner of that fight. But it was one other thing, right, that Top Rank and them had to agree to that we didn't know until now. That fight had to take place between Harrington and Carl Frampton by December the 31st, right? In the contract, it states that if that fight don't take place by December the 31st, well, then, you know, whatever, I don't know if they agreed that Harrington would get stripped of the title, or no, what they agreed to, if the fight between Frampton and Harrington didn't take place by December the 31st, well, that fight couldn't take place. That Shakur Stevenson gets to go ahead and move along and fight Harrington right off the rip for the title, right? For the WBO title, right? Now, we see that the fight didn't take place by December the 31st. So Shakur Stevenson, as he should, right, he took legal action to say, nah, now that fight can't go down. We agreed that y'all were going to fight by December the 31st. It didn't happen. Now, it ain't going to be no Frampton and Harrington fight, right? I want to fight right now. I'm on your head. I want to fight Jamel Herring right now. I keep saying Harrington, my bad. Jamel Herring, I mean, right? I want to fight Herring right now. It ain't going to be no Frampton fight. So he's taking legal action, like I said, as he should. And I think that Shakur Stevenson is he's in the rights. And really what they're doing, right? All they're doing, right, with this Jamel Herring and Frampton fight, all they doing is what my man Money Brown was doing last week with his Rams. You know what I'm saying? I told Money last week when he was real excited about the Rams. I don't hate the Rams, don't hate, but I kept it 100. I said, don't get too excited because all you doing is prolonging that ass whooping that y'all gonna get the next week. So Frampton and Herring, that's all they doing, right? Is they holding on, right? They holding on, prolonging the ass whooping that they gonna get from Shakur Stevenson. Because it don't matter who it is, they both gonna get their ass beat by Shakur Stevenson, whoever get in the ring with him. So all they doing is prolonging the ass whooping that they gonna get by Shakur Stevenson. So Shakur's like, no, fuck that. I ain't waiting no more. I'm not waiting no more. So I want my shot right now. Let's go ahead and get it. And you know, I like Herring. I like Herring and Frampton. They both solid fighters. No disrespect to Herring or Frampton, right? But can't neither one of them beat Shakur Stevenson. Neither one of them can. So all it is prolonging what's going to happen anyway. So what you think about that situation, Money?
Spot on. But besides my Ram shit, you talking about shit.
But, you know, I had to throw that in there real quick.
Spot on with the situation because they know it. They know it, but I just don't know why Bob Earn, right, won't look at Shakur Stevenson and see that this is a young, talented star under my roster. Why can't I build them up the way I did Lomachenko? Why can't I put him in there to get these scraps and take a chance on Shakur like I did with Lomachenko? You know what I mean? Like he having all these superstar talent that could come up. Well, I ain't gonna say superstar. All this upcoming and could be superstar talent that's up and coming, right? But he don't know. He don't want to put his eggs in the basket on the right people. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, bro. You taking Jamel to fight Corey Frampton. Well, you could have made Jamel and Shakur Stevenson happen right here in America. And I'm not saying that the Corey Frampton fight, you know, ain't a good fight for Jamel Hearn. Good exposure, but I don't think he's gonna beat fucking Corey Frampton. But you could have made that fight happen right here with Shakur Stevenson, right? Get Shakur that title right now and make him the fucking world champ, but put him in position. I said, put him in position to fight the winner of Oscar Valdez and Miguel Merchet, right? You could have been building Shakur Stevenson up, just like could have been building up Terrence Bud Crawford, but you taking the fucking chance on the fighters that you know that you think are going to be stars because of the complexion, but you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, whip Shakur up, bro. And that's why you got Buddy McGirt out here talking about he's being protected and shit like that.
We're going to talk about that too, man. We're going to get into that.
Well, he's the one that's trying to get the real shit. But I just look at it like this, bro. We all see that we don't think Jamel Hearn nor Corey Frampton is going to beat Shakur Stevenson. And I'm not saying they're going to be easy fights for Shakur, nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I see Shakur coming out on top on both of them dudes. You feel me? So why not take a chance on the stars that you got under your banner and build them up, Bob Earn, instead of trying to, you know, what's the word I could put? Man, just keep it real. You just want to try to, you don't want to make them stars because of the past. Let's just say that. I feel like because of what happened in the past with him building fighters and then they end up leaving his ass and they become bigger after they leave you. But by you having those fighters in your head, do you think these fighters are going to leave you once you build them up? Or do you know that your contracts are going to be so fucked that even if you do build them up, it's going to be something that's going to make them say, nah, this shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just don't get Bob Earn methods and his madness when it comes to building up his younger talent. They got all the potential in the world to be fucking stars. You know what I mean? But for us to fight with Shakur, I'm happy you put that in position. But now that you're seeing that the contract expired and shit like that, because I didn't know that until you just said it. We'll see how that shit play out in court, and it's an eye opener for Shakur Stevenson to say, I need to be finding my exit from top ranked motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Because if this shit go play out like this, and I'm still trying to get these fights, and he got the fights over here for me, he got the fighters for me to become a star with, and you're not trying to put me in position to do that shit, well then I got to start looking for my exit, bro.
Right, exactly. Because you got a talent like Shakur Stevenson, man. Shakur, he should be promoting it. Shakur should be on motherfucking First Take every time we get a chance, right? Every time we pop up, he should be like they should be promoting Shakur Stevenson way better than they do, right? And Shakur could talk that shit too. Shakur talk that shit. He don't hold his tongue. You feel me? He do not hold his tongue. And speaking of Shakur talking shit and not holding his tongue, money, Buddy McGirt was hating on young Shakur. Buddy McGirt, right? He was hating on young Shakur, right? And tell y'all what Buddy McGirt said that Shakur Stevenson is being protected. He says Shakur Stevenson is being protected. The fights that he be in, they try to make it like that they hard fights. He says, but they actually not hard fights, they easy fights. So that's why he's able to, beat these guys easy, because they not putting him in tough fights. They just making it look like they putting him in tough fights on paper, and he being protected, right? Buddy McGirt also comes to say, and I don't even know where this shit comes from, because ain't nobody never was talking about Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez anyway. Shakur Stevenson just moved to 130, right? He ain't even talking about moving to 135 no time soon. And Teofimo Lopez is talking about moving to 140. So that's why I say this is some hating shit, right? Buddy McGirt says, and if he fights Teofimo Lopez, if Shakur Stevenson fights Teofimo Lopez, he gonna get knocked out. Teofimo Lopez will knock him out. Matter of fact, he won't last 6 rounds with Teofimo Lopez, right? And I'm like, the fuck is Buddy McGirt? And he says, and I'm just telling the truth. It ain't nothing personal between us. That's what let me know right now you full of shit. You got something against the kid, because he says that, right? Money. He says, Buddy McGirt says that, I've known this kid since he was a little kid. I've known him coming up, and he's being protected, right? He's being protected, and I've known him since he was, a little kid. But it ain't personal. And so I'm like, fuck. When a motherfucker say that, a lot of times they try to cover it up because it really is personal, right? But and then I asked myself, I said, well, if you've known him since he's a little kid, right? Why would you come out and shit on him like that then? Like, what's your purpose for coming out and shitting on Shakur Stevenson, right? Especially if you're saying that I've known him since he was a little kid, this, and that. Like, where is this coming from? Right? Where is this coming from? So it's something deeper than what he's saying. He got something against Shakur Stevenson, something, right? Because why are you sitting on a young dude and you want to let everybody know he's being protected? So don't believe what you see with him, right? Basically, you saying it's all smoke and mirrors with Shakur Stevenson, right? They trying to make him look like something that he's not. And I'm like, first of all, a lot of us know boxing. So we know talent, and we know a motherfucker when a motherfucker is when we see him, right? And we know Shakur Stevenson is that guy, right? If he's being protected, why is he calling out all of these top-notch fighters, right? Why is he calling all these top-notch fighters out and they don't want to smoke with him, right? You saw him call out, right? You saw him call out. He been calling out Heron and Frampton, right? You saw him call out Valdez, right? You saw him call out Valdez. He didn't call out Burchell. All of the top guys, was only top guy that he didn't call out really was Gary Russell, but he said he would fight Gary Russell, right? But everybody he didn't call out. He want all the smoke. So how is he being protected? I don't understand that. Because when somebody's being protected, they move different. They move different. So what's up with you, Buddy McGirt? What you got against young Shakur? You know what I'm saying? You hating on him. We all see that you hating on him, right? But Shakur Stevenson, you know, he had some things to say about Buddy McGirt. And let me pull it up, man. Let me pull up what Shakur had to say. Hold on, y'all. Shakur Stevenson, he, like I said, he has some things to say about Buddy McGirt. Let me pull it up, what he said. So Shakur Stevenson said, hold on, let me get to the first one because he said a few things. Well, one thing that Shakur Stevenson has said, he says Buddy McGirt talk all that shit, but still everybody's else's fighter. He says act like he fixing some shit. He says, when the last time you seen Buddy McGirt start a fighter from scratch? So he said that all Buddy McGirt do is steal everybody fighter, right? And then act like that he fixing some shit. He said he ain't never built no fighter from scratch. When the last time you seen Buddy McGirt build a fighter up from the ground up, right, from scratch? And it's crazy because Sergey Lipinets, right? Sergey Lipinets went in there and he commented on Shakur Stevenson's comments, and he was like facts. He was like facts. I'm glad somebody said it. Right, so Sergey Lipinets agreed with what Shakur Stevenson was saying, right? Shakur Stevenson, he also says, y'all got to stop believing these dudes they throw in front of y'all are good coaches. He says, just because they say they are. He says 9 times out of 10, your home coach you started with is better than Buddy McGirt. Shakur Stevenson on his head. He said, y'all got to stop believing that motherfuckers like Buddy McGirt are good coaches just because they tell you that he's a good coach. Right? Then Shakur Stevenson, then he really go in on Buddy McGirt, right? Shakur Stevenson really go in on Buddy McGirt. Now, he says his fat, bald-headed ass was a decent fighter, but sorry, every fighter I seen him work with end up losing and then losing again. He says, I don't see him working with no special fighters. He said disrespectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because Buddy McGirt was like, it's not disrespect. It's not nothing personal. Well, Shakur Stevenson said disrespectfully. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say either. My opinion is my opinion. Right? So he telling Buddy McGirt, yeah, I'm disrespectfully, I'm disrespecting you. And I don't give a fuck what you or nobody got to say. So check this out, right? So check this out. Now that goes back to what I said, Money, that Buddy McGirt and Shakur Stevenson, right? They got something going on, because for Buddy McGirt to come out and start hating on Shakur Stevenson, it is personal. It has something to do with something that we don't know about that he ain't saying. And then you see how Shakur Stevenson went in on him. You feel me? You see how Shakur Stevenson went in on his ass. So they got something going on. But I'm gonna have to go with Shakur on this, right? Buddy hating. And Buddy McGirt, Shakur telling the truth. When last time you seen Buddy McGirt bring a fighter up from the mud? Every time, and then you see did he get with Kovalev? He got with Kovalev, and what Kovalev do? Get his ass knocked off.
Pop dirty.
You know what I'm saying? And pop dirty. Get his ass knocked out and pop dirty. Bernard Bird says, Buddy's still buzzing from that Sweet Pea ass whooping. Yeah, I remember that. Sweet Pea put it on that boy. And Buddy McGirt, he was a solid fighter. I ain't gonna lie. He was a solid
Hall of Fame fighter, Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy McGirt was solid. You know what I'm saying? He was solid up into that Sweet Pea ass whooping. But Buddy McGirt did his thing in the ring. He was a hella good professional fighter. LA Music California says, Shakur, like you an assistant pimp, you ain't even a real pimp. Real talk. John Kramer says Buddy McGirt ain't good for nothing but saving the fighter from getting his ass kicked. Remember Floyd put it on Arturo Gatti? Yeah. And Buddy McGirt will throw that towel in on your monkey ass real quick. Marcus Davis says Buddy McGirt used to train Sergey Lipinets too. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. And you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's why Sergey Lipinets was like facts. I'm glad somebody said it, right? Because Buddy McGirt used to train Sergey Lipinets. So Sergey Lipinets is telling you that Shakur Stevenson is right. Buddy McGirt ain't doing shit. He ain't no good trainer. This is what Sergey Lipinets is saying. Like, he ain't shit as a trainer. All he doing is taking other people's leftovers, right? And saying that he fixing this, and that. But it don't translate to wins. So what you got on this whole situation, Money?
Man, like I said, it got to be personal, man. Remember, Buddy said this about when he got Adam Lopez too. He said that Adam Lopez like Shakur Stevenson. That's a fight that he trained, and I think he wanted to fight with Adam Lopez and Shakur Stevenson because remember Adam Lopez is the one that dropped Oscar Valdez when they was fighting. Remember, so he was like, I know Lopez to beat Shakur. He said I've been knowing Shakur since he was a kid. I know what he don't like. You know what I'm saying? I know what caused him problems. And Adam, I got Adam right now. Adam will knock him out. So I'm like, it got to be personal, man. It got to be something there that Buddy keeps talking about these fighters go knock out Shakur Stevenson. He's talking about Teofimo Lopez to knock out Shakur Stevenson, you know. So, and, you know, that's why he's talking about they was protecting. I'm talking about they protecting Shakur and they building him up. And so when he gets to Teofimo Lopez, he go get knocked out. So it got to be something there that's that Buddy trying to hold back that happened either within the time of Shakur coming up, either right now being a professional or something, bro. Something that rubbed him wrong about Shakur Stevenson. And yes, you probably have been watching him since he was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But it's something else there, bro. It's something else there that he's not telling us. And I'm with you. I got to be with Shakur Stevenson on this one, man. Like I'm gonna reach out to Buddy, see if we can get the interview again with him. And I'm gonna ask him these questions. You know what I'm saying? We can ask him. So see what's up, bro, because it gotta be something else there than just, oh, I think he's a good fighter. He's this, he's that. I've been watching him, but I think Teofimo knock him out. I think Adam Lopez knock him out, which damn sure ain't true. You know, so at the end of the day, Shakur got the right to protect himself. Like we're saying, Buddy McGirt, you're a big time coach, you're a big name. So when you speak, you know what I'm saying, your words hold weight. So when you put these things in motherfucking tabloids and you putting it out there in interviews and you putting these words in the streets, then people gonna look at that shit like, oh man, Buddy said it about Shakur. Or well, then let's see if Shakur is just a hype job. Or let's see if Shakur is being protected. You talking down on the man brand. You talking down on the man name. You know what I'm saying? So now you making it look like he afraid to fight these fighters, are like they're afraid to put him in our top competition. You know what I'm saying? So you don't do that type of shit, buddy. You know the game, bro. You don't do that type of shit, especially to somebody like Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Olympic silver medalist trying to get the smoke. Nah, you don't put that out there, bro. That's shit
Bro,
you behind the scenes.
touch on this real quick, man. And I'm gonna give you the words that Buddy McGirt said, right? He says, as soon as they put Shakur Stevenson in a big fight against a real competition, it's a wrap. Now, you gonna tell me that shit ain't personal? Go ahead, Money.
Gotta be personal, dog. They building them up, this, and all that shit. Like, come on, bro. Come on now. You know the game, buddy, man. You know the game, dog. So at the end of the day, you know, Shakur had every right to bounce back. Even Devin Haney came out and said facts. You know what I'm saying? Along with that. So
yeah.
You know, these young bulls, man, they ain't fit to stand down. They ain't fit to bite their tongue for nobody. You know, you want to respect your elders. You want to respect the OGs in the game. But when the OGs and the elders in the game disrespecting you, what the fuck you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? It's a business that we know. Your reputation is everything. So if you're trying to kill my reputation, you're talking down on my boxing skills. You're talking about motherfuckers like Adam Lopez, who getting knocked the fuck out, can knock me out. And you talking about they trying to build me up so Teofimo can knock me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, bro. That's hate. That's hate. You know, and Buddy got to hold that L on that one, bro. Go ahead, kid.
And let's talk about a Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, right? Even though that, like I said, Shakur just moved up to 130. Teofimo Lopez is talking about going to 140, right? But I'm gonna keep it 100. Money. Shakur Stevenson, he big dog. He's growing. Shakur Stevenson is growing. Look at his last fight. Shakur Stevenson getting big. You know what I'm saying? The only reason that he's gonna be able to make 130 for a while longer is because he's very disciplined and he stay in the gym, right? But if it wasn't for that, Shakur, he wouldn't be making 130 like that because Shakur Shakur is a lot bigger than what he used to be.
I agree.
And you could look at him and tell Shakur, he's a lot wider. His frame then got a lot wider. He's big. And if you really look at him, Shakur Stevenson, he ain't really that much smaller than if he is smaller than Teofimo Lopez. Like if you look at Shakur and Teofimo, they look about the same size. Shakur even taller than Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look like it. Damn. Probably. Gotta go look that height up.
Watch. Shakur taller than Teofimo. And like I said, if you look at their body frames and how they built, Shakur's got a lot bigger, dog. And he's not like that fight ain't it, you know what I'm saying? It ain't out the question because Shakur pretty big. You know what I'm saying? Well, Shakur, I'm gonna look up the height. I'm gonna look at the height of both of them. Shakur Stevenson is 5'8". That's what they had him listed at when I'm thinking when he came in, right? So
they got them both at 5'8".
5'8", okay. Shakur, he looked like he's grown a lot, right? To me. Pull up Shakur. This is Shakur Stevenson, right? Let me see. Damn. You see? Shakur not a small 130 pounder. Even though
Hell no, you ain't no small 130 pounder.
So even though that Shakur just moved up to 130, we see that why he had to move up. And Shakur Stevenson is still very young. So we know that Shakur Stevenson, he started growing. And that's right there what I just showed you. That's a prime example of somebody growing out of the weight class. Now, we used to hear that shit with see, it's the difference between growing out of the weight class and eating yourself out of the weight class, right? Or just being undisciplined, right? Back when Adrian Bronner said, I'm just growing out of the weight class, he was just getting undisciplined, right? It wasn't doing what he was supposed to do to stay in the weight class. Shakur Stevenson, you could see that he actually grew out of the weight class. And like I said, he's big for 130 pounds, right? So if Shakur Stevenson didn't have focus on becoming undisputed, right, or at least unified at 130, I'm pretty sure Shakur Stevenson could move up to 135 fairly easily, right? Because he's continuing to grow and he getting wider and bigger, right? So with that being said, they not like I said, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, they're around the same size. You feel me? So what would happen if they fought? Because Ray Vargas, he seems to think that Shakur Stevenson couldn't last 6 rounds with Teofimo Lopez. So let's touch on it a little bit, right? The last time I checked is Shakur Stevenson, he only gets hit, I think it's opponents only land like 7% of that 7% of their shots on him, right? 7%, 6 or 7%, right? Opponents only landed on Shakur. I think that's the least in boxing for if you go per round, for as many rounds that he's for. I think that's the least. The least he gets hit, the least in all of boxing, right? Less than anybody in all of boxing. Shakur Stevenson gets hit, right? So how can Teofimo Lopez knock out Shakur Stevenson within 6 rounds if you can't fucking hit the man? And Shakur is not only great at defense, he's great at fighting at that mid-range level. He can fight inside and outside. And when you got all those skills, money, you don't have to have devastating knockout power. He got power good enough to fucking, you know what I'm saying, to keep you, whether to keep you off of his ass or they gonna hold him and try to survive. Because that last fight you seen, dude went into survival mode, right? That's his whole thing is, I know I can't beat him. Now I'm just going to try to survive. That's what he did. Shakur, he can improve on his power. He will. But like I said, how you going to knock out somebody in 6 rounds and you can't even land on them flush like that? Speak on it, money.
Yep, I agree, bro. Like, the styles, bro. Styles make fights. Styles make fights. And like I said, when we look at the Teofimo Lopez fight against Lomachenko in the second half of the fight, Lomachenko hit him with everything. When Lomachenko decided to unleash his offense on Teofimo, he was landing every fucking thing. He was landing everything. That's something we can't deny. We know Shakur ain't the same as Lomachenko. He's not gonna sit around and wait no 8 fucking rounds, 6 or 7 rounds to start letting his offense go. Right? Shakur ain't the type of fighter that's gonna move all over the ring on you neither. He gonna use his range and distance on your ass, make you miss and make you pay. Right? Now, like I was saying yesterday, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. Not for a long shot, because Teofimo can fight his ass off. But I do think Shakur win that fight. Just me, I think Shakur win that fight. I think Shakur is his IQ. His IQ is fucking great, bro. Now, I'm not telling him to move straight to 135 and fight Teofimo, but he's gonna move up the right way. And we don't even know if Teofimo will beat our form. But we just say hypothetically, if the fight do happen, right? Shakur Stevenson's skill set is better than Teofimo Lopez's skill set. Yes, Teofimo got the power, and that do carry weight. You know what I'm saying? The power do carry weight. But with somebody like Shakur Stevenson, man, and me saying the styles of both fighters, right? If Shakur get to making Teofimo miss and he start getting frustrated, if he start getting frustrated, then Shakur's he gonna take advantage of that shit. Because as much as I like Devin Haney can play into the power card. Oh, I ain't got no power, so I want to sit there with you. But if Devin Haney just box, he gonna look beautiful. Shakur don't give a fuck about that shit. You know, he ain't gonna play into the power court too much. He ain't gonna overdo himself or try to force himself to do something. He gonna let his game be his game. And if you sitting there and you trying to win, you trying to fight, then the skill set gonna show even more. But if you're not trying to press the issue, then he gonna do him like he's been doing everybody else. To where people try to say, oh, he's looking boring. But if you go out there and you trying to press the issue on him, I think that's when we really see how good that kid is. I think that's when we really see how good he is, bro. Because his instincts go kick in. He gonna make your ass miss. He gonna make you pay. And if he hitting you and you not hitting him, it's gonna frustrate the shit out of you. It's gonna frustrate the shit out of you, bro. And I think Shakur Stevenson has the skills to beat them all. You know, he has the skills to beat them all, bro. But like I said, it's yet to be seen. But I don't think Shakur is no, I don't think Teofimo is gonna knock out no Shakur Stevenson. Let me say that first of all. You know, if he wins, it's gonna be on the courts, in my opinion. Could it happen? Yes, it's boxing. Anything can happen. I mean, will it be a close fight? Possibility that it can be a close fight. But I just look at Shakur Stevenson, man, and look at that style of that kid, man. Look at how he's getting better and better in each fight. You know what I'm saying? Buddy McGirt saying he's not getting better. I disagree with that. He's getting better and better in each fight. You know what I mean? Because it's about what Shakur Stevenson doing. You feel me? He's getting better and better in each fight, bro. And by the time he make it to a Teofimo Lopez fight, you know, I think he'd have got so much better in that period of time, because that's how good he is. So when he get there, you know, he gonna put an ass whooping on Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it, bro. I just think his skill set is just, once he master that shit, once he master his skill set, I don't think nobody gonna be able to beat him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody gonna be able to beat him. I don't give a damn how much power you got. You feel me? But Shakur already know, like you said down the stretch. Gervonta Davis might be his biggest fight down the stretch, not Teofimo Lopez. So I don't know what the hell Buddy McGirt get Teofimo Lopez at. Just because they're in the same stable and he feel like they building him to get there, I don't think they building him to lose no goddamn Teofimo Lopez. And if that is they playing, then they gonna look stupid at the end of the motherfucking day, because that kid ain't losing to Teo, bro. Just my opinion.
Yeah, you right. You right, man. You right. like you said, man, and you said something that was so true. When Lomachenko really started fighting and letting his hands go, he was landing pretty much anything he wanted on Teofimo Lopez. Let's not forget that. And that's a fact, right?
Yeah.
And Shakur Stevenson ain't gonna wait no 7 whole rounds to fight Teofimo Lopez, right? And one thing I do want to do, while we in here, I want to say happy MLK Day to everybody, so happy MLK Day, and then I want to put y'all up on some game. A lot. We've had a lot of black inventors and creators that they don't never talk about, right? And one of them is Mary Van Britton Brown, right? If y'all don't know who she is, right? In 1966, she actually invented the home security system, right? They don't talk about that. She invented the home security system in 1966. So, go look that up and go check her out. Also, a lot of us play video games, right? A lot of us play video games or have played video games throughout our lifetime. And Jerry Lawson, right? He actually, right, another black man, he actually created the first video game cartridge, right, in the 1970s, right? He created the first video game cartridge. So go look up Jerry Lawson also, so I just want to throw that in there, for y'all, to look up and everything, because, a lot of the black creators and inventors, they don't get talked about. They don't get the light. And a lot of them, black creators and inventors, they create and invent things that, the white man try to steal from them and take credit for it. So that's just and that's just keeping it true.
Right. Now I'm trying to think, they do steal their credit and everything. Take
all of
bitches and put their name on that shit. Still that shit to this day. Shayna, what's going down, love?
So go check some of them out, And Sheena, what's going on, Queen? Chain with I salute. G Garcia says, facts, no one will beat T.O. in the 135-pound division. That's yet to be seen. That ain't a fact. That's yet to be seen. John Kramer says T.O. faded in 7 through 12. He started to fade, but he did come back. He came back, and when he started coming back, he started coming back strong. Marcus Davis says, I like the way Shakur goes to the body he be throwing some mean body shots he do. He be throwing some mean body shots. Real talk. And be that bitch. Salute to you off in the building.
Be that bitch, salute.
So man, it's so much smoke, dog, between 130 to 130 for even 130 to 140. It's so much of smoke. You know what I'm saying? And shit, man, we got a lot to look forward to for years to come. But the thing is the way that boxing is moving now. You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna see these dudes fight? Are we gonna get to see these dudes fight? Because now it's more about it's moving into a whole different era in boxing, to where now it's more about who got the most Instagram followers. That shit is crazy to me. But one other thing before we get up out of here, man. What that I want to touch on is Bernard Hopkins, right? Bernard Hopkins came out and he was talking about Teofimo Lopez. Bernard Hopkins, he gave Teofimo Lopez a whole lot of praise, right? He says that Teofimo Lopez is the best that there is at 135 pounds. He says that Ryan Garcia can't beat Teofimo Lopez. He says that Tank Davis will get knocked out by Teofimo Lopez. He said all of them dudes at 135 can't fuck with Teofimo Lopez. He says that he don't see Teofimo Lopez losing to nobody until he fucking damn old in a wheelchair. So but not this is Bernard Hopkins. He says that looked at Teofimo Lopez. He really sat down and got to look at him and study him. And he said he don't see nobody beating Teofimo Lopez until he's old in the wheelchair. He said, and he also says that one thing he did say, he said Ryan Garcia, he said they know that they can beat Tank Davis. He says straight out, he don't think that Ryan Garcia can beat Teofimo Lopez. So so we know that fight's not gonna happen. No Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez fight ain't gonna happen, right? So I gotta say this, right? He thinks highly of Teofimo Lopez. That's his opinion. Bernard Hopkins not wrong for thinking that. That's his opinion. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad because he thinks that. But then I ask myself, why does Bernard Hopkins and a lot of these other promoters and fighters, why do they think that Gervonta Tank Davis is the one to beat? Why do they think that Gervonta Tank Davis is the one to beat? Is it because of his discipline outside of the ring? Is it because they think that they saw vulnerabilities in Tank Davis when he a little bit when he fought Gamboa, and then a lot more when he fought Leo Santa Cruz? What is it? Why is everybody saying, well, we can't beat this guy, but we'll beat Tank Davis? What's that about? I don't know. It could be several things, but that's something that I ask myself. Or is it something that they hear, gym stories? A lot of people talk, gym stories. A lot of people talk, sparring. It's been a lot of stories that came out with Tank Davis behind the scenes, with different guys that he sparred. They came out saying that they whooped him or got the best of him. I don't know what it is, but Bernard Hopkins is very high on Teofimo Lopez, right? But not so much on Tank Davis. And he thinks that Ryan Garcia can even beat Tank Davis, but Ryan Garcia can't beat Teofimo Lopez. Shit, man. I don't know. What you got on that, Money?
Shit, that's what he feel. I can't tell him not to feel like that. You know what I mean? He probably look at T.O., seeing what he did against Loma. I think he was high on Loma too. But I just think he look at Teofimo Lopez, what he did in his last 3 fights, something you can't deny. There was 3 quality fucking names, bro. He knocked out a motherfucker. He went out there outboxed another one. And he had a good fight with Nakatani. We see how tough Nakatani ass is. He ain't no pushover. So if you fight in that type of competition and you being impressive in that type of competition, then them type of praise you get from Hall of Fame fighters like Bernard Hopkins. I can't tell him not to feel that way about Teofimo Lopez. I feel different, you know what I mean? But, T.O. earned his respect, like I was saying last night. I'm not going to take no credit away from the dude, bro. That's something you can't do. You can't deny his credit. You can't deny his fighting skills inside the ring. The motherfucker can fight. And he got confidence in himself. Feel me? He got confidence in himself. So I don't agree with some of the shit that he be saying, but inside that square circle, he been backing up. Everything that he been saying, he been backing that shit up. And when you do shit like that, you can't do nothing but get somebody they praises. For us, him and him thinking that nobody can beat him, like you said, Key, that's yet to be seen. It's yet to be seen. Just like my man say, you don't think nobody go beat Teofimo. I can't tell you that you're wrong, but it's yet to be seen until you get into the ring with Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, and he beat those dudes. Then you can have your opinion on it. And if your opinion that he can beat them until they get into the ring, that's only how we're gonna be able to see it. For us, he thinking Ryan Garcia can beat Tank. It's a lot of people out here that feel that way. Like it's a lot of people out here that feel like Tank gonna knock Ryan Garcia out, but it's a hell of a fight. And if they feel like that, you part of Golden Boy, y'all make it happen. Do the best thing y'all can do to make it happen and show the people that your words hold weight. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they all good ass fights. 135-pound division, they brought that shit alive. That shit booming on fire. You know what I'm saying? One of the most talked about division in boxing right now. And they need to make that shit happen. So and prove to us, prove to us that y'all believe what the fuck y'all saying. You feel me? So there's a lot of fucking good fights there. I respect Bernard Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? Don't agree with some of the shit he be saying some other time. But I do respect him for what he did for boxing. And he on that side of the street, But for him to say nobody beat Teofimo and you on the Golden Boy side, you gotta really believe that shit. You gotta really believe
that's what I said. Like he promotes Ryan Garcia and said that Ryan Garcia can't whoop him. Right. So that lets you know what he's saying. He really believe that shit. So that, like I said, that's the man opinion. But one thing another thing I do want to touch on is since we was talking about Tank Davis a little bit, Tank Davis, right? He really looking at Ryan Garcia as food. Like I think that Tank Davis looks at Ryan Garcia and he thinks that's an easy fight for him. And the reason I say that Tank Davis think that Ryan Garcia is an easy fight for him is the way that he's moving towards it, right? He recently came out and he said that he'll take that fight he'll take a pay cut to fight Ryan Garcia. He said all Floyd got to do is just make the fight. He'll take a pay cut if they need him to. So obviously you can see by the way that Tank Davis is moving when the name Ryan Garcia is brought up. He think that's Ryan Garcia is food for him. He think that's an easy fight. He'll be able to knock out Ryan Garcia, showcase his skills, and get a big paycheck at the same time. He to me, he's looking at that as easy money. Like, yeah, I want that. I want that. Like, I don't know about the rest of these dudes, but I want that smoke right now. He moving like he really want that Ryan Garcia fight bad. For him to, because we know how Tank Davis talk. You ain't never heard Tank Davis talk about I'll take a pay cut for nobody. And he said I'll take a pay cut to fight Ryan Garcia. So he want that smoke. Now, with that being said, if he goes in there and knocks out Ryan Garcia, right, early, fast, will he get credit for it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about for me or you, right? Will people give him credit for it, right? But right, because see, we looking at it at this standpoint, right? If you go and knock out Ryan Garcia, right, we'll give him credit for it, but most people ain't gonna give him no credit for it, right? People gonna say, fuck, Ryan Garcia didn't have no chin in. He got knocked out by Luke Campbell. Ryan Garcia wasn't shit anyway, right? But a lot of people gonna say, right? But if he goes in there and he has a very tough fight with Ryan Garcia and gets hurt, you know, it's a back and forth type of fight and he wins a slim victory, or if he go in there and get knocked out by Ryan Garcia or loses to Ryan Garcia, that's, I'm not going to say that's it for Tank Davis, but that's a big, huge blow for his whole career, So he looking at it as an easy fight, but it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a lose-lose situation for Tank Davis if you look at it from a standpoint, if you're not looking at just the money factor, right? The money factor is he gonna make big money off that fight. But other than that, Tank Davis got more to lose than he has to gain besides money. If you really look at it, because most people ain't gonna give him credit for it. And then if he have a tough fight with Ryan Garcia, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna look real bad. I don't know. That's just how I look at the situation. You know, when we leave money out of the equation. Ryan Garcia has a lot more to gain than Tank Davis with this fight. But Tank Davis is very confident that he gonna go in there and get Ryan Garcia up out of there. Like he looking at this like it ain't no problem. He gonna go in there and get the job done and make this easy money. Like, you know what I'm saying? He might wear a ski mask to the fucking fight because the way he thinking, he like, I'm finna rob the bank. This easy work. Before we get up out of here, let me get your thoughts on that money.
Yeah, he do sound like he want his ass, bro. You know, they've been going back and forth for so damn long. You know what I mean? So it's built up. It's the perfect time to make it happen. And he gonna make a lot of fucking money fighting Ryan Garcia. Let's be real. Both of their ass gonna make a lot of shitload of money.
Definitely.
Yeah, that shit gonna be a pay-per-view. It don't matter if somebody get to be the A side or the B side. Both of them motherfuckers gonna make a shitload of money. You feel me? So I do believe he want to fight. I do believe Ryan Garcia want to fight. You know what I mean? It's gonna come down to them greedy ass promoters what they want. That's what it's gonna come down to. You feel me? But for us them too, like I said, I gave my opinion on that fight. I do feel like Ryan Garcia got a shot. As much as people saying, you know, Tank go smoke Ryan ass, and I'm one of them, I think he gonna knock him out. But like I say, Tank ass going there, he reach. Tank do a lot of reaching because he's short. And if he can't get to you, we see his ass throw wild shots. And if Ryan Garcia is in position to counter Tank ass and hit his ass with that right shot, right? Because Ryan got power. We're going to see if Tank Chin really hold up. Because his ass is fast and precise. Ryan Garcia is fast and precise. And if he try to keep his little length, like he said, he was speaking to Love and Lily when he was talking about, your ass going to need a stir master to reach me. You feel me? And if you go out there and he's saying, I'm going to keep my range of distance, I'm going to use my reach on your ass and make sure you can't touch me and jab your ass, try to hook your ass. Even if I'm fighting a skirt fight to jab, hook, and I'm moving back, not letting your ass get in the inside. If I'm hitting you and you ain't hitting me, I'm winning the fight. You feel me? And somewhere down the line, Tank ass to get frustrated. And if you get frustrated, you go out there looking for that one big shot, and your ass try to swing for the fence, and you miss, and you in position, and you wide open, and Ryan throw that motherfucking hook and chin check your ass, it can be all she wrote. You know what I mean? It can be all she wrote. So Ryan got the right to feel how he feel. They got the right to feel how they feel because they looking at a short fighter that's aggressive and Tank. They looking at Ryan, and he is getting a little better. We got to admit that he is getting a little better. But with that being said, I think Tank do find a way to get in and land that shot on his ass because he stand too straight up, you know. But for us, both of them motherfuckers want to fight each other. Key, I believe they both want each other, dog. It's one hell of a fight. It's a good fight for boxing, right? They gonna bring a hell of an audience, and I think we all gonna enjoy that bitch. It's gonna be one that we all enjoy, bro. It's gonna be fan friendly for however long it lasts, for however long it lasts. And look, it might just go to the scorecards. You never know. It be them type of fights where we think, oh yeah, it's gonna end in the night. You know, that motherfucker go 12 rounds. We be, God damn, come on, man.
They fucking right. They get in there both nervous of each other's power, get to feeling each other out and shit. We've seen shit like that before, man. We have seen shit like that in boxing to where we like, ain't no way this going. Then they both get in there and fight a whole different fight than we think.
You hear me? Motherfucker think it's gonna be one way. You're like, God damn, we be pissed off at both of their ass. Yeah, but nonetheless, though, man, I like the energy coming from both of them, dog. Both of them talking that shit. Ryan Garcia showing he can talk that shit, showing he can get under your damn skin. Because Tank's like, Mike, you know if that was me that hit him, I would have killed him. You know, so he got up under his damn skin. So we'll see, bro. We'll see in the future. You know what I mean? Hopefully they make this shit happen. It's good for boxing, dog. Like I say, both of them gonna make good ass money, and we'll see who come out on top. But I do believe Tank go end up catching Ryan ass. I do believe he'll end up catching Ryan. Feel me? So at the end of the day, they got to make that shit happen and show us, you know what I'm saying, they believe what the fuck they say.
Right, man. I agree. Let me see. Let me get through some of these comments. Cassandra Mason, she said, oh yeah, tell the Golden Boy he better leave GGG alone. He definitely don't want that smoke. You don't believe that yourself, Cassandra. You do not believe that yourself. Silver 2011, Sylvester 2011 says David struggles to make weight sometimes. But you know, I don't think that's gonna be no factor at 135. It shouldn't be. King Carter 3K says, I respect King Ryan for trying to make the big fights. He's still going to get beat by Tank though. Let me see. King Carter 3K says Devin Haney would outbox Tio. General Long says in sparring, Tio be getting his ass whooped. G Garcia says thanks for the content. Appreciate you. Mike Rhymes says here's my opinion. He's done been in there with the killer Richard Comey. No matter what you say, he beat Bunny. He beat Bunny Rabbit in a master so-called boxer, Lomachenko. Out of all of them, he has been stepping up. Teofimo, he never fought Robert Easter. But yeah, the rest of them, yeah, I feel you. You're right, but he never fought Robert Easter. Malachi says vice versa. Ryan is smoking Davis out, talking mad junk. He said even had Iron Mike promoting that thing. Yeah, that shit finna be big, man. That shit finna be big. He Malachi also says that he don't think Tank believe it's easy work. He says, but Garcia been calling him out every chance he get. Yeah, that's what Money was saying. Loud LA Music Sound California says gonna hit the beach, fam. But the hell, I ain't going in the water chicken hawking. He says, sending much positive vibes and love to all y'all. Big ups, King, for speaking the truth. We appreciate you, my dude. We appreciate you. And my man J.A. Dixon, he says the biggest problem Ryan has with Tank is that he doesn't move well. He says Tank gonna walk him down if he doesn't improve his footwork and tuck his chin. He said he gonna take that nap. Yeah, man, that's the thing with Ryan Garcia. He needs to improve his footwork. That's real talk. He needs to improve his footwork. But like I said, Tank Davis is gonna have a problem on his hands also if Ryan Garcia is able to take that power, right? Because they both get hit. They both shown that they get hit, that they can get caught with shots. They both shown that they got devastating power, right? Ryan Garcia is more of a counter puncher. You know, we saw him fight different when he fought Luke Campbell. He kind of walked Luke Campbell down. I don't think he's gonna do that with Tank Davis. He's gonna sit back and more try to counter punch Tank Davis. He needs to use his length. He needs to be able to use his length, use his jab, you know. But like I said, it's gonna come down to in that fight who can take who power, right? It's gonna come down to who can take who power. And if Tank Davis could take Ryan Garcia's power and walk him down, Ryan Garcia gonna have a fucking problem. And if Ryan Garcia can take Tank Davis's power, right, and continue to do what he do, well, Tank Davis is gonna have a problem. So we're gonna see. Like I said, this is not no just fight where we gonna have to where we can just expect Tank to just go in there and body Ryan Garcia and then wipe his hands and that was a payday. I think this is gonna be a good fight. Like I said, if both of them dudes can take each other's power, we're gonna see a fucking great fight. But it's a whole bunch of ifs. That's why we need to see the fight, because there's a lot of ifs. Ryan Ork says Ryan, T.O. Tank, none of them want that Haney smoke. Most skilled boxer in the world at the moment. Listening to UK just came by your show. Okay, yeah, I mean, he could be. Like I said, Devin Haney could be the most skilled fighter, out of all of them. But like I said, a lot of that is yet to be seen because a lot of this shit that we talking are not facts yet until these guys get in the ring and fight each other. You feel me? Marcus Davis says they talking about Jerron Ennis fight Sergey Lipinets in April. They decision. Yeah. And I saw that. And me and Money actually gonna cook on that tomorrow. That's one subject that we gonna save for tomorrow because I definitely want to cook on that. Now I'm about to get up out of here, but Money, before we get up out of here, you got anything else you want to add? Or
man, once again, I want to send my condolences out to Drew Mack family, man, to Brian McIntyre and the whole Crawford camp. Hope y'all doing well. Much love to y'all, man. Shouts out to the whole chat that been rocking with us through this little time, man. We appreciate y'all. Like I said, it ain't no us without y'all. To the new listeners that's coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate y'all as well. You feel me? Like I say, y'all stay tuned, man. We got some big things for y'all in the future. I will be going live tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. So y'all come through and rock out with your boy. Other than that, man, y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status. Much love to y'all.
Yes, sir. And like my man Money said, one more time, rest easy, champ. Rest easy, champ. Andrew McIntyre, rest easy. For God, I want God to just look over your daughters and just heal the hurting heart of your families, man. To heal the hurting heart of your family, and you will be missed, Drew Mack. And other than that, y'all already know how I do. I appreciate everybody that's in the comment section, everybody that came through and showed us love. We will be back on here cooking again tomorrow, and Money Brown will be on tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, we appreciate everybody's support. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. And y'all already know anything ain't everything, but around here, everything boxing. We out.